Hey guys, welcome back to Channel Name Pending. I'm Manny, and today we are reacting to Percy Jackson and the Olympians, Episode 6, We Take a Zebra to Vegas. Just a quick reminder that I have read the books. I will be discussing them during my reactions, so if you haven't read the books, be warned, you may be spoiled for potential future events. It is hard to believe that we are already 6 episodes into the season, and in just 2 short weeks we will be done. However, I have been loving this show so far. As far as adaptations go, it has been keeping true to the overall story of the books while mixing things up to keep things fresh and exciting for people who have already read the books. Probably the biggest thing from this episode that I'm expecting is the Lotus Hotel and Casino scene. One of the most iconic scenes from both the book and the movie, if I remember. I haven't seen the movie since it came out, really, but I think a lot of people found that scene very memorable. Interestingly enough, as iconic as that scene is, it's actually quite short if you reread the books. I think it only goes for maybe 5 or 6 pages at most. So I'm very curious to see how much they'll stretch it out, if they stretch it out at all. Also curious to see who Grover's suspect for the lightning thief is. Like I said last week, I'm 90% sure he'll say Clarice, but who knows. Before we get started, please subscribe to the channel so that you can stay up to date with my new videos as soon as they come out. With Percy Jackson ending pretty soon in these next 2 weeks, I'm starting to think about other shows I want to start reacting to. If you have any ideas, please leave your suggestions in the comments. I've already started reacting to Echo on Disney Plus, and the first 2 reactions for those are already out on the channel right now, so you can watch those right away. I have already planned to react to the newest live-action adaptation of The Last Airbender, which will be coming out on Netflix in February. But until then, if you have any ideas for shows you'd like to see me react to, please drop them in the comments below. And with that out of the way, let's just get into it.
But there is too much at stake for you to fail me again.
What is going on here?
Give me reason to question your worthiness again, and there is
Yeah, it's the dream.
just might be ready to take your place.
Thought so.
Run along now, and show me.
Cool how he's seeing Kronos as the school principal, I assume. I wonder if Percy's gonna find out that he can talk to horses here. Are we gonna Iris message?
Yeah, I got a signal. Toss the seaweed brain.
Yo. That is such a cool effect for the Iris message.
Where's Chiron? So who would Ares cover for other than?
His favorite daughter. Clarice is the lightning thief.
Chiron's got to arrest her. Find out what she knows. There's more.
Okay.
That is such a good effect. I love how it just looks like it's part of the prism light.
What is this?
What?
Why did you turn into an old married couple?
I don't need that right now. They don't get along?
Are we seeing Hermes?
At all. Got some updates.
Well, now we know that Luke canonically ships Percabeth.
Not. They were really only missing like one piece of the puzzle to get the cages unlocked.
What's that?
Thumbs. But we're here now, so all good.
And once the cages are
Sometimes it really is just as simple as
Yeah.
opposable thumbs.
Really elegant. I mean,
it's dangerous.
So we don't even see them freeing them, it's just hard cut.
Satyrs' blessing, so they'll be able to reach the
I
wilderness.
meant for the people.
We're not gonna see Percy talking to the horse. I am so going to have to mute this. I'm not taking any chances.
We are out of here 10 seconds later. I was kidding.
Wait, hang on.
I love that line because it's ironic foreshadowing.
What do you think, wise girl?
We now have Seaweed Brain and Wise Girl spoken in the show. It's canon.
A lot bigger than.
What are you going to say to Hermes if Grover can?
Of course Percy goes with
I was
Annabeth.
with Luke for a long time. Like meeting his mom. She's a seer. A human who can see through the mist. Sometimes I see stuff that messes them up. Scary stuff. Stuff that hasn't happened.
May Castellan mentioned in season 1?
And Luke blames Hermes for it. Maybe helping us is a start.
That's crazy.
No, you don't remember me. You ate the lotus flowers.
The lotus flowers are an interesting
You are
addition
really
to
important to my family.
the
And I know
casino
you were a big
lore.
influence on my Uncle Ferdinand.
I found man.
What?
Almost. He's here. I've almost got him. Grover, I've just been waiting for someone to help me break through to him.
You're eavesdropping on Hades, conspiring with Clarice through your dreams.
The part I don't get, though, is that they were talking about
Oh,
what
for
comes
2.
next. Like getting Zeus.
I don't understand. If you're not eating the flowers, then why are you forgetting things?
It's not the flowers.
What's happening here?
How much time have they already spent here?
I gotta tell my... I gotta... Wait, I was here with... someone, wasn't I?
You're here with me.
I love that the show gives us the opportunity to take a look at other perspectives, so we can see what Grover is doing, even when Annabeth, or even when Percy's not in the scene.
All sorties. She looks up at the sky and she says, "He was wearing a hat."
I can't believe they got Lin-Manuel Miranda to play Hermes.
We were sent to find you.
Well, you found me. Come join us.
Just wearing a hoodie.
You kids know how to play craps? You want my help to sneak into the underworld.
Wow. You're a really good guesser.
It's just beyond space and time.
He's a
kid.
god.
They put me in charge of... I remember you. You were there. Last time I saw Luke.
Yes. I saw you argue. I heard what he said.
I can't believe we're getting these bits so early in the show.
To be so close to someone you love, knowing neither of you has any choice but to keep hurting each other.
This hurts knowing
I know you do.
what becomes of Luke later.
Should I remind you too?
Probably the biggest thing contributing to Luke's downfall is that he had a dad who never got
It's right to
involved.
be angry. It isn't fair.
For his reasons,
Thanks.
to be fair.
That's super helpful.
It was your father who warned me to stay away. Said it was awful watching you struggle.
Does anyone want to join me on Team
I was
Luke?
supposed to see him. He said he'd meet me in Santa Monica. What's that supposed to mean?
Oh god. They've probably already been in there for days at this point.
And I feel a lot better about having stolen his keys.
Exactly. Wait, what?
Got invisible. Pick his pocket.
You picked Hermes' pocket?
I'm multi-talented. You wanna go?
I think
Finish
multi-talented
this quest before the
is an
solstice.
understatement for
Hermes told me
picking
something else.
for pickpocketing
The
a
reason
god.
You can't feel time passing is because of the lotus fruit.
Where's Grover?
Damn, the tackle.
But is it dangerous? It's not a deal breaker. I'm just curious. Also, I'm sorry, what was your name again?
Grover's been huffing that lotus leaf.
God of travelers.
Finding the car isn't the quest.
There's more?
Jeez. We'll explain it to you on the way. We're in a bit of a hurry.
Late?
I think
Very, very late.
Percy and Annabeth being together
Really? Because of me?
helped them probably retain their memories a bit more than Grover. And Grover being
That
alone.
game you were playing was amazing.
I was hunting for Pan.
Sounds great.
Oh.
No, I mean, like, I actually felt I was about to find him.
Nice.
I love that they are
Should've known the guy
emphasizing
was
Grover's
fucking
motivation.
One of us just has to drive it out of the garage.
Oh, I'm still not 100% sure what we're doing here, which seems disqualifying.
Yeah.
I mean, Grover's 24.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I killed
Maybe
the
he's
man
learned
for
to
sure,
drive a
right?
car.
How hard could this be? My fault. That was me. How do you make it go backwards?
It's always weird remembering Grover has technically the most seniority in this group.
Welcome to give this.
whose idea was it to let Percy try? I think both Annabeth and Grover are better choices. Oh, this is painful. Oh no.
Okay. You've got this.
He's had to fight Medusa and Furies, and this is probably the hardest part of the quest so far. That was about to get really bad.
A little weird that I forgot a lot more stuff than you guys did. Wonder what that's about.
I think it's because, yeah, because
It's easy to forget what's important when you're alone.
Percy and Annabeth were together. Shouldn't have split up.
I think I gotta go meet my dad now.
Oh yeah, I think there's a scene
When
where,
you get back.
yeah, he talks to a naiad or a water spirit. Unless he actually talks to Poseidon in this episode. I doubt it. What a cool shot. Yeah, so in the books, he talks to a water spirit. The same one that saved him at the river. But they think he's about to meet Poseidon. Yeah, I thought so.
Sorry. He waited as long as he could. The summer solstice passed earlier this evening. Zeus's deadline has elapsed.
That's gotta be so disappointing.
It's time for you to return to camp.
No. I'm going to see this through. I have to stop him. I have to keep going.
And that's why we love
You can
Percy
help.
Jackson.
Then you must help.
And that's why Percy's a goat.
So willful. What belongs to the sea can always return.
I love the design for the water spirit, by the way. Just her hair looking like a mass of seaweed.
Each will provide one of you safe passage back from the underworld.
Oh yeah,
Or
forgot about that.
Save the world. And then go save your mother.
I'm still not used to the short episodes. Alright, that was Percy Jackson and the Olympians, episode 6, and we take a zebra to Vegas. I know there was a lot of talk about whether Nico and Bianca were going to make a cameo in the casino. I've always said that a direct cameo was unlikely because they would have had to somehow cast them in season 1 and have them look the same for when we meet them all the way in season 3, which just logistically wouldn't work. If anything, the most we would have gotten would have probably been like an Easter egg where like maybe we see Nico's name on a scoreboard on a game somewhere, but definitely not an on-screen appearance. I don't remember seeing anything like that, having just seen the episode, and honestly I think I forgot to look for it anyway, but if there was anything you saw, do let me know in the comments because that would be really hype. But yeah, the whole Lotus Casino scene was great. I loved how they picked up on the memory loss thing early on, but it didn't matter in the end. We still lost a lot of time. I think that a lot of people are also wondering if they were going to play Poker Face like they did in the movie. I'm glad they didn't. We did get Dua Lipa instead, which, if you ask me, is a good modern upgrade. As expected, the Lotus Casino took up way more screen time in the show than it did in the books, and to good effect. What I absolutely did not expect, however, was the introduction to Luke's backstory. Meeting Hermes, May Castellan mentioned, not name dropped, but mentioned. Hello? The fact that they're introducing these story beats so soon is very interesting. Number one, it shows that they're confident that we're going to reach season 5. Number 2, and more importantly, it serves the narrative purpose of emphasizing those themes of parenting from the get-go and how the gods' choices as parents affect their kids. Kronos might be the main villain, but Luke and his disillusionment with the gods, his hatred of his father, is ultimately the catalyst that starts the war. So it definitely makes sense to lay the groundwork for Luke's motivation this early. I'm wondering if they're starting to have the audience start sympathizing with Luke this soon too. I remember when I first read the books, I just thought he was a selfish asshole and didn't really start sympathizing with him until we learn his backstory in book 5. And here we're getting hints of his backstory before we even learn he's a traitor. Hell, we don't even meet Hermes until Sea of Monsters, so it's really fun and interesting to introduce him the way they did in the show. I've mentioned before, I'm a fan of Lin-Manuel Miranda, and I think he did a great job. Hermes is a complicated character in the books because he's partly responsible for Luke's turn. I don't want to say fully responsible because Luke did make his own choices, but in a lot of ways, Hermes didn't have a choice, and that's the tragedy of it. Lin-Manuel's performance is nuanced enough that we already sense a bit of his struggle, even if we don't know the full picture yet. The Grover stuff was interesting too because of the Pan subplot. There's something really interesting I noticed, but I need to check before I speak on it. Okay. Yeah. So, in the Battle of the Labyrinth, it's revealed that Pan is in the Carlsbad Caverns in New Mexico, which a quick Google Map search shows is only a 13-hour drive from Las Vegas, Nevada. So Augustus is right. He did get very close to finding Pan. He's just a couple states off. That has to be intentional, and that's really fucking cool that they did that. A couple more interesting changes at the end where instead of 3 pearls, Percy's given 4. 1 extra to save his mom. Which in hindsight, I guess makes sense, because, like, why wouldn't Poseidon want to save Sally? But I'm wondering how that's going to go, because Percy's big choice in the underworld is to leave his mom. So maybe he loses a pearl or something goes wrong and he can't get the pearl to Sally in time, and he has to make a choice to leave without her. I don't know how that's going to go. Not only that, but the solstice has already passed, so the stakes are higher in the show because, well, Percy was given the opportunity to end the quest right there, but instead chooses to see it through to the end. And that's why we love him. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel, drop a like, let me know what you thought of the episode in the comments, and I will see you in the next.